What if being what if being unapologetically me is exactly what sets someone else free? I'm your host, Melinda Dawn of Unapologetically Yours, and I give with my whole heart so that others can show up as their true selves, loved without limits. Today's January 2nd of the new year, and I got a win. Yay! It was a team win, and I'm so excited. I'm excited not for me, but about the young woman that I got to spend some time with to learn where she was at in her love journey, to see where she would go to. And I'm so excited that she chose herself, that she chose to invest in herself. And there were a couple of hiccups along the way, and there was a moment where doubt and fear creeped up, and we were able to remind her that when that happens, it's about it's not intuition. It's about your body, and this is not the words that were used, but basically freaking out when you make that decision to do something bold, to do something new, to do something that's going to heal you or provide you with a better life. There can be a moment where you freak out, that buyer's remorse, if you will, right? You've been researching all of these things, right? And then you go do it. And then, like the next day or within the first 48 hours, there's that, I shouldn't have done this. So, a lot of contracts, in fact, have a rescission period, that 3-day rescission period, in case you change your mind, because it happens so often, right? It's a real legitimate thing. So, with Shea Better Coaching, we remove that possibility. We don't allow someone who's made the decision with their full and right mind to renege, to walk back out on their commitment to themselves. And so we were able to get her exactly what was the best and right move for her, and her message to me of appreciation afterwards was just encouraging and helped me to realize it was more of a confirmation more than a realization that I'm on the right path too. And I can't wait to meet all the other women who are ready to choose themselves. Like, that's thrilling. It's thrilling. Oh, yes. Like, because I'm all about wanting to see other people win, and to celebrate their wins with them. So, yay! So, I did my call, and I was in my son's room. School's not in session yet, so my oldest watched his little siblings. And one of the things that happened, so I have talked to you guys recently about making mistakes. I'm shifting here because I want to illustrate uh, what happened, because I got a chance to watch the call afterwards. So it's a Zoom call. Let me just breathe. Okay. So I was at my son's desk, but he has one of those gaming chairs, so it rolls and all that stuff. And I was not rolling everywhere, but this is what I was doing. Hold on. There we go. Okay, this is what I was doing. So as I was talking, I was doing a little bit of this. So as I was watching the call with my coach, afterwards, I sent her a text in our chat. Are you as distracted as I am by the chair moving? So she said I was just about to pause the video and say something. So that can't happen. Really, what I'll be able to do is just use our table in the kitchen with beautiful full light coming in from the bay windows, and I won't have to be holed up in my son's room because the kids will be in school. So, yay! So I got my first win, and really, like I said, it was a team effort. Shay supported me. She surprised the young woman by getting on while she's in Brazil. So that was amazing. She was like, wait, it's the real Shay? So it was really great that Shay one supported me, but also this woman, as she is looking at multiple calls for the year and just making sure too we've got the right clientele coming in, because it's not for everyone. Everyone does not qualify, everyone does not fit. So I learned a lot today about touching. Um, that's not the word I want. I learned a lot about energy. I learned a lot about how to hold space without one taking on somebody else's emotions and energy, and also how to uh, stay in my lane. One, not as a coach, because that's not my job, but two, someone that moves the person along to, again, like the next best thing for them without getting caught up in all of the other things, how to just move forward instead of, like, I'm being kind of vague, or I'm finding myself, because this is proprietary stuff, y'all. I can't really be going into this, so I'm trying to say the things that I can say. But anyway, if you don't already follow her, if you're a single woman, if you are in the middle of a divorce, if you are even maybe not fulfilled in a marriage because of the patterns that are going on, I would say, and I say it to complete strangers, follow at Shay Your Love Diva, TikTok, Instagram. She's on Facebook, YouTube, all of the things. Check out her website. There is something for you. And maybe it's a program. Maybe it's a live event. She's actually having one January 13th. A 2-hour event with a VIP access, early access for those of you who are interested. She's got an app, and the app actually falls under medical necessity. So there is paperwork that you can use if your insurance company has HSA or FSA options for you. So that's amazing. If you're an entrepreneur, you can write off her some of her programs, the self-guided programs, including the app. So that's phenomenal as well, self-development. So I'm super excited about having joined the team and being in this new year, and having the myriad of support that I have from my coach as well, and from teammates, and from our love concierge person. So anyway, it's very exciting. So yay for us, yay for me, and yay for all of the women that I'll be able to support as they, like I said, choose themselves. So I too am on that journey of choosing me. This year, though, I also want to really, like I mentioned yesterday, be so considerate, so intentional about making room for those who are in my inner sphere, right? My circle, so that they get their needs met as well, and that I show up as a happier version of myself, a more in tuned and aligned to my highest self version of myself. So I'm looking forward to making greater, better connections with my kids, with my husband. Yesterday was wonderful for all of us to be together for the new year, and to be able to connect with my husband as well when the kiddos were asleep. Was a beautiful way just to start the new year of communication and connection, and discussing what our future is going to look like, and even had a couple good discussions today as well about that. So for me, full disclosure, I am in a room. ah, I am in a room that has become a dumping site, truly. So, my husband needed some closet space way back when, because he was using the room that I'm in now for closet space. And it wasn't enough closet space for him. So, I had the entire downstairs closet. But he shared some things, and I've talked about this in another episode, but he wanted closet space, and so I took all my stuff out. I put all my stuff up here in drawers and in the closet. And it's definitely not enough space, but it's okay. So the point though is that I'm looking at piles of things, and one of the talks we had was about decluttering and making room for new, not even really making room for new, just getting rid of the old. So for some reason, and I do not know why, so I grew up, I'm going to call it middle class. Maybe lower middle class. We got to travel around the world, but my mother worked for the airline, so we got like super discounted prices, right? We're in a 2-bedroom story home. All the upstairs was mine. But my parents. Anyway, let me not just go into that. What is my point? What? Okay. So despite the fact that there was food in the house, and I didn't really want for anything except for maybe, I was never into name brand, but I would have liked some name brand snacks. So we got some cheapity-o snacks. So I remember going to my 20's house, Melissa, who I miss and adore. I love you, 20, if you ever see this. She had like Nabisco. So I was like, oh, okay, this is the snack place, right? So even though I grew up, like, had a good life, there's something that happened. I don't know if it's because of punishments or because of things being taken away. I don't know who. Maybe I got somebody else's DNA like strand or something. But I've got this. I don't want to admit some of this. Maybe there could be some slight hoarding, but I don't know that it's really hoarding. It's more like, I'll give you an example. Crutches. Someone used crutches, right? And so then I kept them in the garage, and then we didn't use them, and someone's like, oh, you should throw that away. No, we might need them. And guess what? Years later, we needed it. So I felt justified. So like holding on to just in case, instead of like, oh, well, when I need it, it'll be there. Not the thing that I'm getting rid of, but whatever the means are that are necessary to purchase it. So there's a lack mentality that I have had. What's another example? Yeah, so yesterday I threw away a couple things on purpose, right? With intention. But there were some things I went in saying to myself, I'm going to discard things on purpose because I don't need to keep it for just in case. And still, I don't know if I really felt it in my body, but I was met with my own resistance. So one of the things was this teeth like whitening cream that I bought. So part of it is I've spent the money, I invested it, but I didn't use it, right? And so there were trays. You put the cream in the tray, and it's like high-end stuff. It's pharmaceutical grade, right? It's been so many years, like it's ridiculous. It might turn my teeth black. So really, I just need to throw it away, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. What is that called? I don't know. What's another example? So one example is clothing, but here's the deal. Let me give you my excuse. I have fluctuated over, you know, I don't know, 15 plus years in my weight, up and down, up and down. And then I've kept, especially like the clothes that I really like. And then I've gained weight, but I've kept the smaller clothes. And then when I lost weight, ooh, it was like a shopping spree in my own closet. And so then I've gained weight and I kept those too. And so it's like, ooh, I got clothes that fit me, right? So that's something that has happened over the years. Uh, what else? So keeping things. I feel like there's another, oh yeah, bulk. So I like don't want to run out of stuff, so then I'll buy it, like Sam's Club. And we've got a family of 5. Our household is a household of 5. So yes, get some bulk toilet paper, right? But I purchase other things so that I never run out. So like I have a couple of like the laundry pods thing, and I would never run out because like every month I'll just buy some to make sure that I never run out. Make sense? Again, I don't know where that's coming from because I didn't witness any of that stuff. Like our house was clean and not cluttered. I think there was definitely rebellion on my side. There were phrases like, your room is a pigsty. If my dad walked in here, he might have a heart attack. He might not, because you know what? There's a lady. I don't know what her first name is, but she and her husband have a thing, and it's ADHD like underscore love or ADHD love underscore. Okay, that's their handle. She's got half blue, half black hair. They're from the UK somewhere. She's got great content. I love it. But one of the things that I used to do that I no longer do because I don't give a care. I no longer give a care. But what I used to do, instead of tidy up, she called it, this is ADHD thing, Heidi up. So I'd like throw things in a closet, right? So my dad would call and he'd be like, I'm coming over. So now I know I've got 15 minutes to clean up this place. I do not clean anymore. I let him, and I encourage him to be careful as he's stepping over the Legos that are on the floor of the living room with my toddler and 6-year-old. But yeah, so like I no longer do that. My house is clean, but it's like a messy clean. But that can mess with, speaking of mess, it can mess with your brain. So I don't want my brain messed up. My brain is too glorious to be messed up. So anyway, declutter, throw away, give away. If something's like good, like not like an old product, but clothes maybe that I'm never going to wear for whatever reason. So like I have that dress that I said in one of my episodes. I think it was the Alchemy of Loss episode. I wore a dress. I'm not ever going to wear it again. I might save it for my cousin. She's not going to wear it either. I'll just give it away. So, do y'all want to see? Do y'all want to see it? Do y'all want to see the mess? Probably. So, all right. Am I going to show you? Am I going to show you? I'll show you. I'll show you. Because I'm denouncing shame by showing you. All right. Okay, so that's the dresser. There's some stuff piled up there. There's the bed. So now this basket was right here, but I didn't want y'all to see the basket, so I had moved it. There's the bed. So that's all clean clothes. And then over here, which y'all have seen before, but only like a fraction of, because sometimes I'll sit right there on the bed to do an episode, right? By that black and white thing, y'all saw like a fraction of that pile. So that's the mess. And once we clear up the garage, we can bring some of those bins downstairs to the garage. The garage you do not want to see. Nobody wants to see that, and I will not be showing you that at all. So, 2026. That is the year that we're in. We are winning and we are decluttering and we are making room, making room. And in order to do that, you got to let go. And so there's a lot of stuff, literal stuff to let go of. And I'm excited about breaking that pattern, about healing that pattern. And I'm glad to have a partner who is not going to argue with me at all about throwing stuff away. I'm the one that's like going behind him. No, we need that. So no more. Yes. So if I find any crutches, which nope. See, oh my gosh, I was just going to say, if I find any crutches, I'll get rid of them. But then I remembered there is like a set of crutches in JD's room in his closet. And then I was like tempted, but what if he injures himself because he's an athlete? And what if he needs it? Now it's in his room, so I don't need to be, see, here's another excuse. I don't need to be going in his room throwing away stuff. But, yeah. Anyway, I won't start in his room. I can let him discard it or give it away. Take it to Salvation Army. But I'm going to clear up the stuff and not hold on to things that I don't wear anymore that I might want to wear, because by the time I would want to wear it, I can get my own some other kind of thing. So that's what I'm sharing. Very vulnerably, actually, as light as I think I'm sounding in general. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and something that I used to battle. You like how I reframe that? And so, yep, I tell y'all the things. I tell you the truth. And yeah, because maybe being unapologetically me will help you, give you the permission as well to be bold. Not that you have to go make a podcast about all your mistakes or your wounds or trauma or whatever, bad habits and patterns, but perhaps you'll just be able to face yourself in a new way, face yourself in the mirror and be able to let go of the things that are holding you back and the things that are keeping you from being the woman or the man that you desire to be, because of familiarity, because of comfort. And so I saw something recently that was talking about money and money being on a frequency, and it's really energy. It's not like, if you think about it, you got some bank accounts. Sure, you can withdraw the money and you can have some stacks, some wads of cash, but right now, this moment, all of the money that's in that bank account, it's not in the form of cash, right? It's digital. So anyway, this thing that I saw, read, heard was about that, but also when you hold on to things for the what if, it's really coming from a lack mentality and a fear mentality, and I refuse to step in or align with fear because that's no longer my story. And I delete that forever from all timelines. Yeah. And instead, I welcome just a whole new thing that's just meant for me, and there's plenty to go around. So that's that. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I have no idea how long this is, but it'll be quick, short, maybe, if I finally hang up the call. So thank you for joining me. I will see you soon. And until next time, I remain unapologetically yours.